Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever in the world you are. My name is Meech. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, as always, welcome back. Grateful to have you here. It's been a long time since I brought you guys an actual hair video, and I feel like you guys like my hair videos, so it made sense for me to record this one. My locks are like semi-homegrown, semi-maintained by a loctician, but I only trust one loctician, and unfortunately we're in two different countries right now. So I have to make do with retwisting my locks by myself and actually trying to stretch them so that they still look decent after like a week. So yeah, it made sense for me to film this video. So if you want to see how I stretch my retwist 5 weeks, then stay tuned. So starting on freshly washed hair, I like to go through and kind of just make sure it's all clean. Look at those roots, guys. Now, using my Shea Moisture Lock and Braid Butter, I like to go through like row by row and just really make sure that I moisturize at the roots. It just makes my hair so much easier to retwist, and of course it moisturizes my roots, which is the key to healthy hair. If you want to see a more in-depth, like proper close-up video on how I wash and retwist into rope twists, or even just wash and just retwist without a style, then let me know in the comments and I will do that for you. But the main technique that I use here is my locks coil to the right. So I retwist to the right and then I rope twist to the left. So that's basically all I am doing here. Every now and again, I will use a comb and just neaten up the partings, or kind of just comb through the loose hair just to make sure there's no flyaways and just everything is kind of neat and uniform. I find that gives it a cleaner retwist as well. But it's pretty much self-explanatory, and I think it takes me roughly about an hour and a half to do it all by myself, maybe 2 hours tops. And I have what they call a soft scalp, so even though my scalp like folds, it's actually not that tight. I've just got a really soft scalp. One thing I do also like to do is when I go through row by row, I like to make sure that I have an even amount so that I'm not taken by surprise when I finally start retwisting and I don't have anything to twist together. I have an even amount of locks, so I know for a fact that as long as I have an even amount, I should be able to put my hair all in rope twists. So again, I really feel like it is self-explanatory, but I wanted to show you guys. If I was to give you any tips, I would probably say if you do want to use a comb to make your partings neat, then do so. Otherwise, just be sure to actually retwist quite tightly, because if you have two individually tightly retwisted locks, when you twist them together, you're unlikely to have them marrying at the root because each lock is in its place. That's definitely something I learned the hard way, so happy to share the tips. decide whether I want a middle part or whether I want a side part or whether I want both. I think here I tried to go for both, but my middle part was a little out of whack. I think I should have probably retwisted it and joined it to one on the side rather than a lock behind. But it still worked as a middle part, but I think the side part was much neater. So depending on your own parting style and just how you like to wear your locks on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis, I'd say definitely keep in mind the locks you join together for your rope twists. Also, just because I didn't say it before and I've definitely watched this footage so many times it's become normal to me, let's not even discuss the fact there's a Christmas tree in the background. I definitely filmed this in February, so yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But look how great it looks, guys. It looks so neat. And depending on how tight you do it, the better your twist out when you finally take them out will be. So keep that in mind too. But it looks great, guys. I loved it. So it's definitely been 2 weeks since I filmed myself putting in these twists. They're looking a little, the partings are still good, but like my edges are looking real 4D right now. So I want to stretch it like another week before I wash it again. It doesn't feel super dirty or anything. I haven't really put much product in it. It's actually quite dry, so I'm gonna refresh it. So I'm gonna be using this oil which I got off Amazon instead. I've been using it. One thing I will say is it's not as thick, so it doesn't last as long, but it's okay. Ooh. I forgot I didn't have a top on and the water was so cold. I've never done this gold string before, but I always see it, and I have this gold yarn which I used in my lock ponytail, which I will link up here somewhere. Oh god, I've like dismantled it. So yeah, I grab the middle, I cross it behind, and then I cross it over the top of the twist, and then I cross it behind again, and then I cross it over the top of the twist. You find though, when you are doing it around twists, it does turn a little bit, and then it will make the strands of the yarn uneven when you get to the end. So it might be helpful if you're doing it over a braid, or you're doing it over a very long twist, to hold each cross, each previous cross as you cross over the next one, just to kind of hold it in place. But I found it pretty straightforward, really easy to put in, and it was cute for like a week style. I just needed something different on my locks, and I like to adorn them, dress them up with jewels and stuff, so I thought let me try something new with this gold yarn. I think the most difficult ones to put in was definitely the ones at the back. So if you know how your hair is gonna lay, again, I would definitely say just be sure to put the yarn so that it looks evenly spread. I wasn't too bothered. I had it tied up most of the week anyway, so yeah, I wasn't too bothered, and I thought it looked quite cute just with subtle gold crosses kind of going through my hair, just a few, nothing too crazy. But this is how it was looking, guys. Just had probably about 6 in there, and I really liked it. I thought it looked really cute. Okay, this is my final look. What do you think? So let me set the scene for you, and don't mind me trying different camera angles. I think I'm going to stick with this one going forward, but let me set the scene. So it's been 3 weeks since I put my hair in twists, and I'm now washing it, or I've now washed it, and it's all clean, but it needs some moisture. So again, I still didn't have my Talia Wajid because that would be what I would have used in place of castor oil, but I focused the castor oil on my edges just to make sure, you know, we keep the edges. I'm trying to keep my edges in 2021. I've had enough taken away from me in 2020. And then I ran the Talia Wajid protective oil, or protective styles oil, through my hair. It's really strong smelling. I think it's got menthol in it, if I remember. So it gives you that, if you ever used to relax your hair, that Dr. Miracle's tingling feeling, which I quite liked. It just made my scalp feel very fresh and just super clean. So yeah, just going through, moisturizing it, giving my scalp a nice massage. And I really like to take my time with this. Just making sure that everything is feeling moisturized, everything is coated in some oil, and I let it air dry for a little bit. And then I come back and I essentially take out the elastic bands first. And then the parts of my hair that was still feeling a bit damp, I just like to run a blow dryer. It's usually just the ends. The roots tend to dry really easily, and I like to just kind of do a downward motion on the blow dryer so that it kind of blows all the moisture out. But yeah, this is self-explanatory, just taking down the twists. Of course, if you make sure your hair is super dry, so if you don't mind leaving it overnight or just blow drying it much longer, you'll get a much nicer twist out. But I didn't do my twist super tight, so this is how it was looking, and this is how my hair is going to basically be for 2 weeks before I do it all over again. But look at it, guys, it's looking so long. It's grown so much. Thinking to refresh it, get some new color. Of course, had to do a little length check, just make sure it's actually as long as it feels on the back of my neck. But this is me, guys. This is me at week 3, stretching it for another 2 weeks. So if you've made it this far, I'm hoping the video was informative. I'm hoping that it's encouraged you to maintain your locks by yourself, and I hope that it's given you some ideas on how to stretch or retwist. You might as well subscribe and follow me on all social media. Otherwise, stay fierce, stay real, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.